Alrighty, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today, well, Valorant has released a lot of things. And it's the new champion for Valorant. Named DEADLOCK. From what I can remember, from what I looked up, she's a Norwegian? If that's how you say it. Or that's what you call the people from that area. She's a Norwegian champion. So, yeah, I already saw the, gameplay reveal. She was playing with Sova. I literally thought she either plays well with Sova or she's Russian like Sova. That's why they have her with them. So, yeah. But I haven't seen the cinematic, so let's go.
Oppdatering. Jeg får ikke kontakt.
Hele anlegget går på reservekraft. Også inngjerdingen.
Oppdraget gjelder fortsatt. Tak inn. You too.
Won't take long to prep the crate for travel. They're pretty anxious to get this thing.
Definitely the English they're speaking is nothing I've heard before.
Maybe I go first, Tuffen.
This chick and where's the other chick? This chick with the side cuts speaks social justice warriors so hard.
Prep the crate for travel. They're pretty anxious to get this thing. Stateside.
Maybe I go first.
Big Bertha.
Tuffen. You know,
Big Bertha with the Odin.
just in case.
Salbard Norge.
Stop! You okay?
Yeah.
I have to say though, her face is super reminiscent of, or looks very similar to Jet, maybe Viper. I don't know. League of Legends also has this problem where a lot of the champions, like a lot of the female champions' faces look alike. So Valorant's probably running into that issue as well.
Yeah. I just don't like rats.
How do you...
Oh yeah, also they changed, oh man. They changed the icon for Fade and Harbor, like, I think a couple weeks ago. And Fade just looks anorexic as hell. And then they gave Harbor, like, the Giga Chad, like, side profile look. And it's just, every time I see Fade on her icon and then look at her in-game, I'm like, man, they just made her look worse than the icon. What are they doing?
How do you feel about bears?
Og nå har vi mistet reservekrafta. Hva i helsinken skjer der nede?
Focus.
Very interesting.
And you, stay close.
Wait. Where's the...
Anna!
But the side cuts do get me. I know that when you're like a military person, you really don't want to have long hair. Because if you have long hair and you're in hand-to-hand combat, the first thing they're going to pull on you is your hair. If it's not your clothes, it's your hair. And the hair hurts.
Move!
Say hello to my little friend. They're pretty much pulling a, what is it? Was it the xenomorph from Alien, or is this more like a Predator thing? Right? Is it more like the Predator Hunter type of thing, or is this more like a xenomorph alien type of thing? I can see they're going for a very horror movie-esque route. Volibear? Is that you? Volibear? She did. Yep, we see one of her abilities. Sound sensor. Everything that I'm seeing from this champion right now just speaks Rainbow Six Siege. Like, that ability we just saw, the sound sensor, pretty much a Siege ability. I don't think we've seen anything else yet, but I know for other abilities.
God.
Oh, that. Also, with their very like tactical, I guess, showcasing of like the cinematic, it also speaks like very, what is it? Not really CS:GO like, maybe Escape from Tarkov like, or Rainbow Six Siege more like 100% more like a. She wants to. They kind of want to make you think like this character, this kind of gameplay, you know, like I'm already thinking like Valorant is sometimes a horror game, because like people be jumping out from weird places, walking and jump scaring you and knifing you out of nowhere, and you're just jump from your seat. Big old bear. Alien bear. Why are you right next to the door? Why are you right next to the door? You're closing the door, stand far away from it. What are you doing? So now she's infected. Of course. Now she's infected. Can she turn into a bear now? Most likely not. But she's probably going to get some strange powers. That's always how it goes.
Du är tillintetgjort!
Sacrificing an arm.
Måtte ilden din brenne andre steder.
Interesting. Final thoughts on the trailer? Oh, Never mind.
Did you adjust the spool capacity?
Yes, it is
course she gets a
exactly to your
robotic arm.
specifications.
Perfect.
Now she's gonna have jokes with Breach. Her and Breach gonna have jokes now. That's her ultimate. She also doesn't like Wingman, seems.
You two really need to get along.
You don't know what they're capable of.
Well, Wingman's Wingman. What you
When do we
mean?
leave?
Seems like she's gonna have problems with Gecko. I wonder what the voice lines are gonna be. Alright, final thoughts on the trailer. It's okay. Nothing too crazy, nothing that's mind-blowing, mind-boggling, right? It's kind of, it's whatever. It's cool.
Ready up. First, we put them on their
No, I've
feet.
already seen this
Then,
one.
we put them in the ground.
But I might as well watch it again.
Revealing area. Found them.
So I think the way they're showing Sova and her together is probably because, like, as I've said before, they work well together. Obviously, they're not from the same place, you know? Norwegian, Russian, right? But yeah, it probably is more of a they work well together.
Blocking movement.
I wonder if that has range. It seems like it does have range because it's not covering this whole angle all the way. Look like it's covering that, This, obviously, yeah, I think it definitely has a range.
Sound sensor out. Throwing net.
Sound sensor in the net. This pretty much looks like a gridlock ability from Rainbow Six Siege. 100%. Also, her wall from early on. This is more of a, like, this reminds me of the gadget vision, or the little camera vision, like, disruption item that Rainbow Six Siege has.
Sound sensor out.
And then of course sound sensor.
Throwing net.
Shot dart. Going B.
All these are very Rainbow Six Siege-esque.
Got you.
Enemy spot.
You can shoot through that. And then two people are shooting the middle, so it's taking a lot of bullets.
Defuse the spike.
Pull them to their grave.
It bounces. It bounces. It bounces, and then when it hits something, it has an area of effect. Can it hit more than one person? That's what I'm wondering. Can it hit more than one person? If it doesn't hit more than one person, then this ability is kind of eh. But I guess it kind of makes sense. Not really, no. It doesn't make sense at all. It should at least hit, like, 2 people, maybe 3 people, or all of them. Like, that'd be cooler. You just see a bunch of, like, cocoons hanging from the sky, right? That'd be cool. And then that line travels to her, I guess. And then, of course, your ally can break you out of it. Cool.
No escape.
Definitely,
Stay there.
her ultimate is definitely a bait ability. 100%. Either you bait them, and then you just let them keep on going if they don't come out. I'm gonna say this now. Her kit, very good kit. I think her kit is pretty freaking good. It's either a setup and plant kit, or it's like a you set up after you plant. It's a very good kit.
We've got an early look.
So now we're going to take a look at the Pro Guides video. And they have the champion descriptions. I don't know if they're going to talk about the cost, but I'll probably talk about it as it comes. Because if it's a Sentinel, most Sentinels have like a 800, right? A 800 full buy ability cost. So we'll see.
Look at an upcoming new agent, Deadlock, and all her abilities. So let's break it down and dive right in. Introducing Deadlock, the enigmatic 5th Sentinel to join the ranks of Valorant. Her arrival brings a revolutionary kit that defies convention and pushes the boundaries of tactical gameplay. With every word spoken by Riot's developers, a glimpse into Deadlock's distinctive playstyle emerges, revealing a mesmerizing vision. In my mind, Deadlock embodies the symbolism of a scorpion, explains the creator. While spiders patiently weave their webs, relying on their traps to ensnare prey, scorpions must bide their time, concealing themselves until the opportune moment to strike, risking everything.
Okay, so an ambush champ instead of a spider, you know, stringing its web champ. Yeah.
But what does this scorpion approach entail without the safety net of traditional Sentinel utility? Prepare to be captivated. Deadlock's arsenal contains minimal initial utility. Instead, her every move demands precise timing and swift exploitation of opportunities. Let's dive into Deadlock's captivating signature ability.
So they, of course, from what we saw from the cinematic, they obviously want you to take the tactical route whenever you play this champion. Okay. So I don't think you're going to have to be a big brain player to play this character. I think the character's abilities are simple enough that you can kind of brain dead it, but we'll see.
Barrier Mesh. As its name suggests, this ability serves a specific purpose.
It has range. This doesn't get blocked. I don't think someone can fit through that, but I think a Yoru teleport can fit through that. Maybe. I'm not too sure. But it definitely doesn't block it all the way.
Deadlock deploys a swift disc.
Wait. Equip the barrier mesh disc, fire throw forward. Upon landing, the disc generates barriers from the origin point that block character. Wait, what? Barriers from the origin point that block character movement. Okay. So you can shoot through it, as we saw from the gameplay reveal, but you can't walk through it.
Like the
100%. Like I said, very busted. I don't know if I said this before, but this is going to be very busted. If this is not her innate ability and it's free, then this ability is going to cost at least 400 credits. The same as a Sage Wall. Because this pretty much is a Sage Wall, minus the you can't shoot through it part, right? So if this is not her innate ability, it's definitely a 400 cost ability. Very good. In my elo, which is like silver 3 or like gold 1, right? Around that area. A lot of people, for some reason, I don't know if any of you guys who play Valorant run into this as well. People like to bomb rush a lot. For some odd reason. Could just be my games. But people like to bam bam, thank you ma'am, plant, you know, and then win for somehow reason. So people really like to bomb rush whenever I'm in my games. So this ability, like Sage, right? I think this is probably better than Sage. Because at least they have to take their time and shoot the thing. Other than Sage Wall's like initial thing where it doesn't even take that much. Maybe a full clip to destroy the barrier. So yeah, this is a pretty good ability for stopping a lot of bomb rushes.
Device akin to a stim beacon, summoning a formidable 4-wall barrier that obstructs enemy movement and neutralizes their utility. Though it remains uncertain whether you or your allies can traverse this force field.
You just said neutralize their abilities. So does that mean abilities don't go through the barrier? I wonder.
It undeniably halts players and even manages to impede Sky's dog. Each wall, including the central structure, can be riddled with bullets to dismantle the barrier's defense. The wall's edge, wall including field, it undeniably halts players and even manages to impede Sky's dog.
Well, yeah, well, I guess it impedes character movement, so I guess anything that moves, like a lot of like Gecko's wingman, Gecko's ult, it probably blocks Sky's ult. It definitely blocks, from what he just said, Sky's dog. I'm going to guess it also blocks Yoru clone as well. So a lot of the creature pet abilities that champions have definitely get blocked by this.
Each wall, including the central structure, can be riddled with bullets to dismantle the barrier's defense. The wall's edges endure approximately 15 rounds of ammunition, while the center requires precisely 31 shots for a phantom. Considering the recent ammo nerf, tearing down this defensive...
So about a full clip for the sides. Okay.
Fortress could prove to be a bit costly. While the duration of the barrier remains unconfirmed, it unquestionably persists for a long time, no less than 15 seconds unless death.
A full clip in like 5, maybe 6 more bullets? That's crazy. That's a lot. So if this is up and you're planning to shoot the middle, you 100%, you really want one of your teammates there with you to at least cover for you. If you're in my elo and no one watches your back or no one even watches your front, right? You better be quick with your flicks. Better be quick with the flick, right?
Decimated. Though barrier mesh may not amplify your fragging potential like the cunning traps of Cypher or the fiery molly of Killjoy, its astonishing capacity to stall is not to be dismissed. Whether on the offensive or the defensive front, this utility grants you the power to deny enemy advances into your team's territory and thwart their strategic attempts to breach bomb sites, rendering even the most prized ultimates futile. Let's delve into Deadlock's unique utility, the Q ability known as Sonic Sensor.
It concusses that area if footsteps, weapons fired, or significant noise are detected. So, noise. How do I feel about that? It's just, it's not like Siege where it's like if you walk within the vicinity of it, because you know Siege, a lot of their abilities have bubbles, and if you walk into it, you're detected. But in this one, it has that block, right? Which I think that's a lot of area to cover. But I guess it definitely makes sense for that much area if it's trying to figure out noise. So, I guess. How much is this going to cost? I'm thinking 200. If the E is not her innate ability and it's 400, this 100% is going to be a 200. Or at least a 150, right? I think it's definitely going to be around the 200 part. If her E is her innate ability, this is 100% 200.
This intriguing tool deviates from the norm, as it relies solely on the sound rather than line of sight to detect enemies. Interestingly, adversaries can pass right by this device without triggering it, unless they produce some form of audible disturbance such as gunfire, footsteps, or ability usage. We are still uncertain whether the trap can be destroyed or if it becomes visible to the enemy team upon discovery.
Yep.
Once triggered, however, it emits a stunning effect over a wide area, incapacitating enemies for a significant duration of 3 seconds.
I think it's really good too, because you probably have you'll probably run into teams that they just 5-man huddle and then they walk very slowly as a group and they'll probably see a gunfight and that thing will concuss. 100% I think her ability shut off when she dies, as every Sentinel does, right? What is it? Before even like Act 2, during Act 1, when like all the Sentinel abilities, like Cypher, was still on even after he died, like, that was pretty crazy.
This ability lends itself well to strategic placements in areas where opponents are forced to generate noise, such as when leaping out of a window on bind or dropping onto fracture a site. It can also prove useful in locations where enemies might attempt to destroy your team's utility, or from commonly spammed angles. However, unlike traditional Sentinel abilities, the Sonic Sensor may inadvertently harm your team if enemies quietly exit its range before it has a chance to capture them.
Yep.
Therefore, you can't really rely solely on the Sonic Sensor to detect enemy advances onto a site, as its effectiveness hinges on the presence of audible cues. GrabNet introduces a unique twist to the realm of throwable grenades. Similar to Fade C's ability, this AoE utility
To crouch and move slowly. To crouch. Okay. Crouch and move slowly. Like, it's okay. It's okay. It reminds me of a gridlock ability, minus the damage.
to Fade C's ability.
But you crouch and move slowly. I think the crouching part is probably better for the person caught, because when you're crouched, your spray is tighter. The moving slowly part, definitely a bad thing, but if you just win your gunfight, you're fine, right? So
This AoE utility slows down enemies and restricts their movement. Once ensnared in the net, adversaries are forced to remain crouched for the duration of the ability. If necessary, you can disarm the net by simply pressing the F key, similar to how you remove.
Okay. So you press F like, what was it? Cypher, Cam Dart, what other things?
A Cypher dart from his camera. However, what truly sets this grenade apart is its impressive swiftness and activation and its ability to latch onto targets, regardless of line of sight. It can effortlessly ensnare foes even when thrown into smokes or around corners. In synergy with Deadlock's other abilities, GravNet may not guarantee easy eliminations like conventional Sentinels, but
Definitely
it significantly amplifies the potency of other abilities, such as Raze's Nade or Astra's Gravity.
I can see that. I can see that. You can definitely do lineups. Lineups. How do I feel about that? More lineups. So, I can definitely see the combinations now. Deadlock GravNet with Viper Molly or any other Molly, or you set up with Killjoy Molly with the GravNet, or you GravNet with Raze Nade. Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff.
Well, think of this ability as a
no.
means to enhance the overall lethality of other abilities. Mastering its full potential in your competitive matches will necessitate effective communication and coordination with your team. Introducing Deadlock's formidable ultimate ability, Annihilation, which stands out as one of the most extraordinary additions to Valorant's arsenal. Through this ultimate, Deadlock wields the
It's kind of slow. I think it's like walking speed.
nanowire accelerator, triggering a pulse of nanowires that ensnare the first enemy they come into contact.
Well, not that busted. Also, it looks like you can see the trajectory of the bounce, so that's a cool thing. So it only catches one enemy. I think this ability is great on 1v2s, but definitely not good on 1v3s or any more than that. This ability will definitely be a double-edged sword, like to you and your enemies, because again, they're going to shoot their ally out, you're going to kill them, and then you either just let their ally die to your cocoon, or you shoot the ally shooting them out and they get out and then you die. So there's a lot of things. Let's see. The cocooned enemy is pulled along a nanowire path and will die if they reach the end. Yeah.
Attack with. These unfortunate victims become entangled within a web of nanowires, compelled along a predetermined path towards an inevitable demise, unless they are freed. We should note that the cocoon formed by the nanowires can be destroyed. This ultimate ensures a high probability of securing a kill for your team against an unsuspecting adversary. However, the enemy allies possess the ability to liberate them from the clutches of your ultimate by swiftly eliminating the nanowire restraints. The true efficacy of this ultimate lies in Deadlock's ability to deploy it frequently. If annihilation...
Alright, I forgot to talk about the nade cost. Either innate or it's going to cost 200 as well. Very simple. Innate, like her E, the E's either 400 and innate, 400 or innate, or the C ability. The Q ability 100% going to be 200. The C ability either going to be 200 as well, so she has like 800 in total, so it's 200 for both. If her C ability has 2 charges, 100% going to be a 200 cost, or maybe 100. Not too sure. I think it's going to be always going to be around the 200 mark. The Q ability is only one of them, right? Sonic Sensor could be 1 or 2. I think the grenade and Sonic Sensor could be 1 or 2, depending on how much. But I'll probably find some other person, their gameplay. But yeah, so Q 1 or 2 definitely going to be cost at least 200. C ability, I think is 1, because I've only ever seen from the gameplay 1. So either going to be a 200 or a 300. Not too sure. If it's just a 1 ability, then it's probably going to be 300, right? Her E, innate, or cost 400. The grenade could even be the innate, and then this is 400, and then that's the 200.
Annihilation is a 6-point ultimate, which means it's accessible multiple times within a half. It can provide a substantial advantage to your team, stalling bomb plants or defuses. And it can guarantee victory in most one-on-one engagements too. Final thoughts on Deadlock. Deadlock the Sentinel Disruptor injects a refreshing twist into the Sentinel game, and unlike any other agent we've seen before, while she may not excel in gathering information like the astute Killjoy or the observant Cypher, she compensates generously by unleashing a barrage of stall tactics that benefit her entire team, regardless of their chosen side. Picture this, a strategic stronghold fortified by both Killjoy and Deadlock, or the ingenious pairing of Cypher whose tripwires remain shielded by her utility, rendering him a force to be reckoned with instead of a mere afterthought. And let's not forget the remarkable synergy she can achieve alongside agents such as Astra or Raze. With her ability to impede, halt, and obstruct foes in their tracks, her team can unleash a devastating combination of hard-hitting utilities alongside hers. Undoubtedly, Deadlock proves to be an exceptionally challenging agent to wield, and an even greater feat to master. Her entire repertoire of utilities hinges upon the player's ability to execute flawless timing when deploying them while on the move. It's a high-stakes game that demands finesse and precision. Stay tuned for a comprehensive agent guide that delves deeper into Deadlock's gameplay as she leaps into the ranked battleground. We invite you to share any lingering questions or uncertainties you may have by leaving a comment below. Our team is here to provide you with any answers you seek. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to your continued support in our future content. Until next time, take care and see you soon.
Her kit's great. I think her kit is crazy. We're definitely going to see her a lot in VCT and all that. So that's going to be cool. Also, the day I'm filming this is also the day the finals for VCT in Tokyo. It's happening as well. So this is cool. And I think they're going to be revealing more on her over there. So yeah, watch VCT, people. VCT is always cool. You could learn a thing or two about strats. If you're trying to learn how to aim, yeah, that's your own thing. Aiming is a muscle memory thing for the most part. You definitely could do the whole, like, have your crosshair placement this way and all that stuff, right? That works too. But yeah, I think you can do something funny with her E, like have Raze throw, have Deadlock block the way out that they're gonna come from where the Raze grenade is going to come from, and then they just die in there anyways. So that'll be funny. But yeah, that's probably it. I think she'll work well with Breach. I think she'll work well with any character that has nades. I don't think she'll work well with Yoru. I don't think she'll work well with maybe Gecko, because Gecko has a lot of other stuff too. And I think her ability is just, if her E ability actually like impedes movement for everything, then it's going to be very bad with Yoru. Astra can work. Yeah, I think it can work because of the grenade. Chamber, probably very bad or very good. I think with Chamber's ultimate and her E, I think it'll be cool. Like, I think it'll work. But other than that, yeah. I think those are the only few that I can think of. I think she'll work well with Sova. Sova's just intel. Cypher's just intel as well. So yeah. Other than that, I don't have anything much else to say. So if you guys like the video, please like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.